Thank you. That was great. Um, Hi, everyone. My name is Terri Mail. I am a Cabo Tribal member also. I've been in this position now since August 2017. It's a huge learning curve. Uh, my program functions off of a grant from SAMHSA, and its focus is around suicide prevention and substance abuse reduction. So a lot of the things, when I came in here, it was a pretty big learning curve. My background is human resources and administrator, and I do have a lot of experience with grants. And so I think that's why my boss pulled me in the way she did. Bless her heart. So around the first grant, so we're on our second grant. So our goals for the first grant that I want to talk about, because we still continue these, one of them is statistical information. This information is compiled working with our local schools as well as our local businesses within the communities, and also with our police department, the Cabo Tribal Police Department. What they do is I have a form that was developed, and what happens is I've dispersed these forms out to the local entities as well as the police department. And when there is an event that may have taken place, either death by suicide, suicidal behaviors, or ideations, what they do is they fill out the form. And I drive around. I know it's a lot of driving, but I drive around and I pick up these forms for the confidentiality reasons. We definitely don't want to breach. The other goal in this grant was community resource assessment. And what I do is in our 4 communities, we have 4 of them: Inchlem, Keller, Nispelem, and Omak. Omak is our biggest district. And what we do with the CRAs, the community resource assessments, is that we do interviews with 8 community members, law enforcement, elders, things like that. And the interviews consist of like 4 dimensions: the leadership's knowledge, community's knowledge, and the community resources. And I can't remember the 4th one, but we do this, these dimensions, so that we can compile a strategic action plan of how we're going to do the implementations of all of this. The other goal was activities. And we do host a lot of activities so that there is more awareness. And going back to the CRA, what that does is that measures each of our communities' awareness about suicide. And when we first did it, our community members were at a 3.2. And since I had taken over the position, we finally got up to a 4.0. Yay! So we get to develop a strategic action plan around those. Some of the places that we do a lot of work is definitely within our schools. Now, remember, we're surrounded by 3-4 counties. So we have Okanagan, which we are located. We have Ferry, we have Chelan, and Douglas. And so there are schools within those districts that have tribal members. And so what we try to do is make sure that we are hitting all the schools that do have tribal members. And it doesn't necessarily mean they have to be Colville. They can be a member of a different tribe as well. Some of the activities that we host with the communities, one is I do a community suicide awareness relay walk. I've had quite success with that. I didn't get to host it this year because of the pandemic, but I usually get over 200 participants. The last one was really cool. We had the Omak High School. It's a local school in the district where I live. And what they did is they came and they ran for 20 minutes straight in memory of someone that may have died by suicide or has suicide behaviors or ideations. It was pretty cool. The kids' dedication to that was pretty cool. Another one that I have is I have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament during our Omak Stampede celebration. And that's the second weekend in August. And it's probably the hottest time of the year. And just this past summer in 19, I had my first annual 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and I had over 40 teams, only four baskets to schedule these games around. And I did it all in one day. And of course, with the help of one of my staff members. And then we had volunteers, and the local businesses are really behind this. I had asked for some donations, like some door prizes and, some water, and I ended up getting over 50 flats of water. And I'll tell you what, these kids, they got it for free. The adults got it for free. And I probably, for the full day of Saturday, I had probably over 2,500 people there. And it was really cool because at the end of the day, and this is what I was going for, is less teenagers out and about to get themselves in trouble. So I was pretty successful with that. I was pretty happy because a lot of the parents came up and were pretty thankful for it, as well as I was, because we brought in teams from different communities as well, and it was really nice to see. Some of the other things that we do is we have collaborative partnerships with some of the local businesses, like with WorkSource, DSHS, our community action folks. And there's one other youth group that I'm a part of over here. And we have partnerships with these folks so that because they're the ones that provide a service for our tribal members. And so when they see that there may be something going on, of course, they know who to contact now, which is really nice because before nobody knew who to contact. So when we get into a situation where there may be an event, what takes place is that, of course, some of the folks get in contact with me, or the police department is the one that has to go in there and take care of the event. And then they're the ones that will send that information to me. I'm not a clinician. I am Terri Mail with a master's degree in public administration with a focus in political science. So this is way kind of out of my element. And I let folks know that because I'm still on a learning curve because this is such a huge, I don't know if it's an issue, but it's huge. And so there's so many faucets that we have to tap into, and I'm still learning what those other faucets are. But these partnerships are important for my program, as well as the communication with our tribe. Some of the trainings, I do a lot of trainings. I'm certified in assist. I also do the mental health first aid for adults and youth. I'm trying to get my virtual certification on that and haven't had any luck. They're a little hard to get in touch with since everybody works remotely. I'm also certified in Safe Talk. Safe Talk is geared towards youth. When I did my training in 2019 for the Safe Talk, I had over 200 high school students participate. So it was actually quite successful, and it teaches the kids how to recognize some maybe suicide behaviors, or even the language, some of the kids use. So it's pretty cool. And one of the other things is that I try to do, and this is just on my own basis. I am a one staff member working in this program right now. And what I try to do is I try to have a working relationship, not only with the schools, but with parents that are heavily involved within our communities. And I've been able to establish about 4 in each of our districts. Of once in a while, I'll call up and, hey, how's it going? Have you heard anything? How are the kids? Because I can't be in every school. We have over 17 schools that surround our reservation. And a lot of these kids, our tribal members attend these schools. So that's some of the stuff that I do with our program here within the Cabo tribe. And it's pretty neat to do it. I also, Jan, she works, I can't remember what her title is, but we did 2 years in a row, I think it was, the Tribal Suicide Prevention Youth Summit. I believe that's what it was called. And so I was part of that planning committee, and it was pretty cool. We had some success with the students that came to the summit, and as well as the individuals that were doing the presentation. We had some pretty good talks. And a lot of this is geared around tribal, because we have like we're 10 times more at risk than any other race, which is unfortunate. Because within the boundaries of our reservation, we are at 18.46 suicides on an annual basis. And that's pretty high.